Moneyball. That's the name of the game. This is the game we're going to play in MLB The Show 22 with Oakland Athletics, the last ranked team in the entire league. Team budget set at $95 million, but we've only bucked $63 million in player salaries. There's a lot to assess, but after the previous GM, I believe I can get that down to $50 million starting this offseason. But I intend to see this season through with the talent we got, only such that when we hit the offseason, we're going to drop a lot of cash off the books. Elvis Andrus, $15 million. Shamanea, $9.7 million. Steven Biscotti, $5.5 million. Chad Pinder, $2.7 million. Jed Lowry, $1.5 million. That's $34.4 million of our $63 million in expenditures going to 5 players. This needs to change. Our goal for this organization will be simple: to win as many championships as possible without going a cent over $15 million in annual salaries. We will make this the most profitable organization in the history of baseball. And as we make more money, it will unlock perks, like a new stadium, new uniforms, maybe even relocating to a new flourishing city. Only time will tell. Now, you heard from our narrator that started the story, and he'll be back at key moments to set the stage on where we're all going. He even plays a more direct role at some point in the future. I'll let him tell you more about it when the time's right. As for this part of the story, in 2022, we head to a Coliseum in the heart of Oakland for opening day against this generation's Babe Ruth, Shohei Ohtani. The team and fan base have completely been devastated here in Oakland. Superstar first baseman Matt Olson was traded to the Braves for Christian Pache, Shea Langoliers, Ryan Cusick, and Joey Estes. Superstar third baseman Matt Chapman was traded to the Blue Jays for Zach Lug, Gunnar Hoglund, Kirby Snead, and Kevin Smith. And only 2 moves were made during the hot stove. Sheldon Neuse, who was claimed off of waivers, who's now the day 1 DH, and outfielder first baseman Billy McKinney, who was signed to a minor league contract only to be promoted to opening day starter. And if that weren't enough, Ramon Laureano is set to return from suspension and rehab on April 27th, but will likely be used as a set piece nearing the trade deadline. A series of unfortunate events, head-scratching lack of movement, puts us in this position. Despite all these looming set of liabilities, we're going to play the season out and just see where it goes. So pull up to the desk, roll up the sleeves, and open up the ledger. Let's get this series officially started with the beginning of the first half. This is episode 1 of Moneyball, Liabilities. What's going on, guys? I gotta say, thank you so much for all the support on that first video. We got 20k views on that thing. Yes, I did put a lot of effort into it, and the voice actor was incredible, but I didn't think it would go over that well. So I just want to say thank you for that. And I mean, I really do want this series to be the best franchise that I've ever put out. These cinematic intros, I want to do that. I want to bring back again, that voice actor throughout the entire story. But I mean, the first thing that I as I was digging in and looking at this squad, I was like, sheesh. Well, first off, checking out the old depth chart. So a lot of blue on this, as you can see. $72 million in team salaries right now. Somehow after spring training, we went up from 30th to the 29th spot. But, like we said, Jed Lowry's off the board. Stephen Vogt's out. Piscotty's out. Elvis Andrus is out because we've got Poisson there. 2023, he's projected to be 76 overall. But the big thing that you all got want to check out is basically scouting. I am going to invest into scouts. I'm going to do that now. It's one of the number one things that I always want to try and do. Okay, so we are kitted out when it comes to our scouts, but I'm okay with that. So like we said before, we've got the cash right now. Our staff salary is $16 million. That's quite a lot. Is send me to draft day in 62 days, and that'll be the next place that we're going to get. All right, here we are, April 27th, and Ramon Laureano is able to come back. He's going to be hitting 6th, playing right. We've officially made it to draft day, but we got to take a look at scouting, see exactly where we are and who we've got to target here. A lot of players on the board here, some really interesting ones. I haven't even really looked so far. Of course, we looked at some blue chips here, but who we've scouted so far, there's some interesting players. This Carlos Rodriguez guy, 80 potential. It said he's 70 overall already. Pretty gonna be pretty good. He might be, 21's not bad, but MLB ETA 2023. What I like to do here is I like to sort by MLB ETA and see who's fully scouted there, who's got the highest potential. So Gio Douglas, 18 years old. Look at this guy. Says he's 70 overall already. He's got well above average contact, and like discipline, fielding, arm. You saw Rodriguez. We had talked about Rodriguez. Reed Whitman. We talked about Reed Whitman, who's also pretty good. See who else here. Kenny Anderley, 20 years old. He doesn't have the highest potential, still probably be a B potential type guy, but look, really good contact hitter here as we get into this draft. So before we get into the draft, I want to take a quick peek at just where we are at. As you can see, 19 and 38, not great. And if I were to look at the lineup here, we've got Elvis Andrus hitting 276, OPS 7,000. That's not terrible. Tony Kemp, 687 OPS, 281 average. That could be better. Sean Murphy, he had been out and he had come back, so he had some injury time, but he's underperforming a little bit. 700 OPS. Laureano, like we said, we bumped him up, and so he's been getting some time in. 37 games so far, but he's not doing very good at all. 600 OPS. So I think we're probably gonna have to deal him after the break here. Pinder, 261 average, 700 OPS is pretty middle of the road. Sheldon Noose, I think, has been overperforming, been doing pretty good. Yeah, look at that, almost 900 OPS at the age of 27, claimed off of waivers. I think we made him an everyday starter, basically DH, and third base. Like, what is his WAR? I don't even see what his WAR is. Yeah, 1 WAR. I mean, last year, not great here, but already off to a decent track. Billy McKinney, who was new, picked up in basically free agency here, is playing very poor. 500 OPS. I think his potential's dropped a little bit too. I think we're going to have to make a move here. We're going to have to change him. WAR, I think, is also negative. Yeah, so it's costing us runs. We're going to have to make some changes there. Kevin Smith, another guy that came over in that trade. His OPS is not great as well, 628, and I think his WAR barely above replacement. So, and then Piscotty, I don't know how did he get in here? There's still some stuff that's happening here in the game where the computer will make some changes that are just completely I don't know why it does that. So, okay, so Pache, how's he been? 189 average. Oh, 500. That's probably why. Look at his player card too. It's wrong. What is his WAR? So, hey, he's even WAR. So, I mean, he's not costing us runs. So I think we got to have him in there. But on the bench, Lowry's not doing great, especially with that contract. We're giving him $1.5 million to basically really do nothing for us, cost us some games. Piscotty, as you saw, someone who played 30 games already. OPS 700. I mean, maybe he deserves to jump in there. He's 0 WAR, so maybe maybe they did make the right decision. Unfortunate, torn hamstring, out 1 to 2 months, and so he only got 44 games in, 600 OPS, and then negative WAR. So also he might be affected with some of the changes here. So pitching wise, Montes and Manea, 1-6. Montes is 1-6. He's got a 1.4 whip though, which is not bad. Like, Caprillion. So he's probably our best pitcher right now. 1.15 whip. 3.31 ERA. Manaya's not doing terrible. Cole Irvin 1.34. Honeywell's not doing great. Who we got in the pen? Yeah, so I think pitching is a real problem right now. 2 whip in the pen, 3 whip for our setup guy. So Diola Guerra is actually doing okay. 1.24 whip, 1. Okay, so Puck and Jimenez are not doing terrible. And we're gonna go to the 2022 first year player draft. Let's go draft. So, and Villasmil goes first overall, really. I would have not guessed that. 18 years old. Wilson, we looked at Craig Norman, we thought was pretty good. Quinn, Cedeno, anyone else really? Okay, so Portillo, he went to the Rockies. Okay, interesting. So, hey, I think, there's Reed Whitman. I was going to wonder, where did Reed Whitman go? I can't wait to see what his actual ratings are. Okay, so we're going to pick a player. So looking at who we got here, let's look at ETA first. So Geo Douglas is available. So 18 years old, good across the board. He can also play left field. MLB ETA, I think we've got to take him. Rodriguez, a little bit older. We're going to take Geo Douglas. Easy pick here to get a really solid catcher. Rodriguez goes right after that. And now we're in round 2. I want to go see who else was taken here in the first, get a sense of the first rounders. So anyone jump out? So Rodriguez, he went to the Braves. He went immediately the pick after. And then Reds, Rays, Royals, Red Sox, and Dodgers had supplemental picks. And Anderley, we did look at Anderley, right? So he's a really good hitter. MLB ETA 2024. I was hoping he was going to be around, but he's not. So I think, okay, a couple of guys we haven't seen before. It is now our turn. Next pick, let's look at ETA again. Anyone available? So McGraw, we don't like McGraw. And okay, that's about it. So let's look at potential now. I think we've got to play the long game and see where we can get. Hopefully we can get a pitcher. I don't think Peter Neuhauser is going to be what we think he is. It says this MLBTA is 2023, and potential is 80. I doubt that would be the case. He for sure would be drafted. It's very possible that he is 65 overall, but he's also like D potential. So we can't be making a move there. And so it looks like the best guy in terms of potential wise is going to be Bobby Sullivan. 18 years old, 45 overall. He's going to be not a potential, but pretty solid. It's going to be mid 80, high 80s. But ratings wise, he kind of, look at this. He's just basically above average at everything. Pretty balanced player. Maybe we take him, maybe we don't. But I just want to look at a couple other people first. So Brent Robertson, though, better hitter, a little bit better, a little bit older though too. Interesting. Okay. Is there anyone else here? Okay. So we've got Gustavo Navoa, probably too old here. Rob Sanchez. Look at that. He can hit. He's 18 and he can hit. And, but he's going to be basically a B to C potential guy. I don't think I can pull the trigger on that. So, wow. I really hope that we would be able to get a pitcher, but man, the pitchers went fast. We'd have to be taking a gamble here on Daniel Vasquez. I think we just might. He's got a good pitch mix. 18 years old, 2023 ETA. Let's do it. Hey, he's fairly scouted internationally. Let's just take we'll do it. We'll see. Hopefully Velasquez pans out. And now we got a competitive balance round B pick. Let's see here. Back into it. And who do we got here potential wise that is gonna work? Yeah, we're getting slim pickings now. We're getting deep into the well potential wise. Not very many options. So I think what we might have to do is we might have to take some gambles, folks. I have to take some gambles, and to take a gamble will mean we will need to search by MLB ETA, which is unfortunate, and pick whoever is like Neuhauser still around. Let's pick him. Let's pick them back-to-back pitchers, and let's see what position player we can go next. We went catcher and 2 pitcher, so now that means hopefully maybe an outfielder or an infielder will be around. Austin Jackson, no, it's a little bit too old. These are all 2023 guys. Pablo Rosario at second. Questionable. Scott Knight. Scott Knight has some decent ratings here, but it says a potential 70. And do we have any info? We didn't do a good job of scouting. We paid $15 million to these scouts, and we didn't really get the information that we needed. That's really unfortunate. What do we know the most about? Just these 3 players who just really don't have that great of potential. So, all right, pure guesses here, guys. Unfortunately, going to be a pure guess, and I think it could be William. No, definitely not William Lynn. We could take a gamble on Rosario at 18. see who else jumps out that we like. Let's see what type of. We're gonna look at archetypes here. So, Austin Jackson, Levitt. No, I don't like Levitt. What about Andrew Gonzalez? No. What about Turnwall? Turnwall, he looks interesting. New York Extreme Pole, 6'5", low injury risk. Let's do it. We're going to take him, Mike Turnwall, and cross our fingers to see how good he is. Coming up on round 4 now. We're going to try and actually go a little bit faster here. Let's look at MLB ETA yet again. And we got Lim. Like we said, I don't want to take Lim, but this cannot be real. Look at this. He says he's 80 overall already and 80 potential. 22-year-old low-risk pitcher. I feel like Daryl James, I have to take you just because I've never seen anything like that. And there we go. Okay, coming on round 5. Let's look at ETA again. Still 2023. We've got Scott Knight still lingering around. I don't know if we can take him, though. I just don't feel good about. We'll just do it. We'll do it. I feel like this draft class is already scuffed a little bit. And hopefully we can have a better situation for the next one. ETA. All right. So we could do a closer, get ourselves a little pitcher. Bestafka. He could be okay. He could be okay, but I doubt it. There's also Rivera here, EA 2025. 19 years old from the Dominican. We kind of have too many pitchers so far. Let's look at Quentin Hamill, 18. Let's try him. Let's get ourselves a shortstop. I think we got one more round. Oh, that was it. Okay. Let's see. Moment of truth. We're going to go one day into the future. And now we're going to look at this draft class. All right. Okay. All right. Gio Douglas, B potential. Okay. All right. 67 overall right now. Actually, a pretty good hitter so far. And okay, this is wow. Okay. All right. Let's talk about this. So, Gio Douglas, 80 potential. That's unfortunate. I thought he'd be way better than that. Man, thought he would be way better than that, but hey, it is what it is. But then Daniel Vasquez, 18 years old. We actually hit on him. 81 potential, B potential guy. Newhouser, we missed a little bit, but this is the story of the draft. Turnwall, who we almost. Oh my gosh, look how good he is already at 19. B potential, 74 overall at 19 years old, lefty. This is one of the best players I've drafted. Like, it sucks that he's not high 90 potential, but his ability is so good right now that I can tell he's just going to be a stud. Wow. Extreme pull, bats right, throws left. Okay. All right. Daryl James. So he's 22. 76 is not bad. He's already got pretty good stamina, and his pitch mix is strong. So he could be pretty good. Scott Knight, unfortunately, the one we missed on, he's got deep potential, but his overalls, he's already hit his prime. And then Quentin Hamill, who we just barely picked at the end, 82. So considering the info that we had, we didn't have that much info. This was a really good draft class, like a really good one. But yeah, remember this name, Mike Turnwall. This is officially the first trade. The Guardians are interested in offering you a trade. What would you like to do? Bo Naylor for Tony Kemp. Oh. Ooh. I kind of like this. Oh, this is his last year. Service time wise, no MLB service. So he hasn't played. So technically minor league contract. So we'd have good team control. He's got 638 OPS, and I think he's like the perfect backup catcher, but we're a bit stacked there though. But I feel like we got to use him for a piece because Tony Kemp, this is his last year, right? And how's he performing? Yeah, 664 OPS. and negative war. So I think that all but deals it. We will just pull the trigger on that. And we have now dealt Tony Kemp. Big trade here, Wilson Contreras for Tyler Whitaker and Dory Lorenzo. We've officially made it to the first half. Home run derby. We've got the All-Star game here in a couple days. Let's see where we are at. 34 and 64 Athletics. As expected, right? Better than the Rangers, I think, is where we want to be. If I look at the lineup, so Elvis Andrus, 759 OPS, actually probably doing one of the better on the team. WAR's probably 3. Yeah, okay, so pretty good. We got Chad Pinder, 249 average, OPS 700, which, you know, isn't bad at all. 0.8 WAR. Sean Murphy, 700 OPS, and then WAR is 2. So hey, everyone's playing good here. Laureano, let's see if he's turned it up a little bit. He's still hitting 227, which isn't great. 700 OPS though, not bad. So hey, he's got positive WAR too. We've been giving Austin Allen some time here because he's been performing here in these 24 games a little bit better. 259, 700 OPS. In positive WAR here. Let's see how Sheldon's doing here. 76 games now, almost hitting 300. I mean, this man, 800 OPS too, like true success here. 1.5 WAR. Mckinney, we decided to leave him in. He's been splitting some time here and there. 78 games, 500 OPS, 200 average, and negative WAR. So I think the Billy McKinney experience is now over. We need to probably get Piscotty in there. I'm actually going to just make that move now just so I can remember to do that across the board. Give Piscotty the time here. Okay, let's get, again, for lefties, give Diaz some time. And then where's Piscotty? All right, so there we are there. Okay, so Piscotty, how he's doing 53 games, also not doing great, similar OPS, but, you know, I want to see how he can do here, or else we're going to have to probably make a move, you know, pretty quickly. Kevin Smith, he's been actually doing pretty well. 70 games, 239 average, almost 700 OPS, and 1 WAR. So, like that, Pache, has he turned it up? 83 games, now still in 200. You know, 500 OPS, which is just not great, but hey, even WAR, so that means defensively he's doing pretty good. Looking at pitching, Montez, 142 whip, Manea 131. So Caprelian still 1-2, kind of our best guy here. 6 and 7. 134 for Irvin, who's now bumped up. Honeywell 164. We are just so rough pitching that I think we're probably gonna have to make some trades to see what we can do, you know, with pitching there. So this is kind of the look at how the team's working right now. See if there's any other injuries that came in. So Lowry, Seth Brown still 7 days left though, which is great. Adam Frazier 6 days. Let's see if anyone's got super long. Jacob Pearson, Dickerson plus 6 months. Man, he might ride out his career. Oh no, he's still got some time. He's got some time. A couple months here. So Rojas, that's unfortunate. Newton. There's anyone else? Patrick Murphy, torn rotator cuff. That's unfortunate. At the age of 26, his career might unfortunately be over. Madrigal broke his hand. He's just got 1 day. Looks like okay. 81 games, 700 OPS. Got it. A couple months here. Para, Kale, Bennett. Oh, Renfro, torn MCL. Got 2 days left. He only got 41 games in. Oh, 900 OPS. WAR is probably pretty good. It's 1. So that sucks for the Brewers and his career. Brian Hayes out for a couple days. Gamble out for a little bit more. Let's see. Anyone else jump out here? Bush. No, I think Reed Trimble. Okay. We have also upgraded the trade block to Frankie Montes. We've added him and Mania. pushing onto the trade deadline here, and we're going to be major sellers here, just because we're not doing that well, and I know there's going to be some buyers. We also put Laureano on here. I think the Laureano experiment is about over too. He's going into arbitration, so we still have team control, but you know, he's like 700 OPS, just barely 800 with those troubles last year. The 2018, 2019 Laureano just isn't there anymore, which is unfortunate. That was just kind of his prime, 2019. Also, Elvis Andrus, even though he's playing so well, he's in his final year, 15 million. We just cannot afford him anymore. And then Chad Pinder's up there, 2.7. So we're going to have to see who we can deal there. And have some faith in who we have up and coming. We're looking for, of course, starting pitching, relief pitching. We don't need a catcher. We'll be interested in first base, but mostly second, third, and maybe an outfielder, like maybe right field, but it really depends. So there we have it. Garrett Cole is your starter. Chris Bassett, starter on the NL side, of course, traded away. Unfortunately, a Rosarina, Altuve, Trout, Guerrero, Judge, Salvi, Simeon, Ramirez, and Correa on the AL side. Turner, Betts, Soto, Tatis, Freddie Freeman, Yelich, Reynolds, Flores on the NL. Did we get, so Murphy is the guy that made it in. 230 average, 700 OPS, WAR 1-2. That is, I believe, probably our only representative. Let's see, anyone else jump out here? I do not think so. What about on the pitching side? Anyone pitching make it? No. So one representative there, and we'll see how this game goes. We're not going to play it. We're going to simulate it. And the NL has defeated the AL. And that brings us to the old break. Trade deadline prep that's coming up here in the next episode. Like I said, trying to move those set pieces, and then we'll get through the second half. Then we really got to find a way to get our budget down to that 50 million mark, which is going to be pretty tough right now. 65 million in salaries right now, and then 60 million in staff salaries. So we got to shed quite a lot, here in the future, and we got to be really thinking really strategically about these contract extensions. So that's going to do it. Episode 1 here, Moneyball, liabilities, a lot of liabilities on the team, and we'll see y'all in the next one for episode 2. Until the next one, we'll see ya. Peace.